Good evening. Night. I'm going taking a look at One Step from Eden. It's a roguelike with a battle system that's heavily inspired by Mega Man Battle Network. I like this game a lot. Overview. So I did get through a lot of it. Start with basic character, normal modifiers. You'll see right away how inspired it is. Got the same battle grid and everything. So much like Mega Man Battle Network, you got a regular weapon, you have special skills, call them spells in this game. Unlike Battle Network though, the spells come by regularly. You don't pause the game every now and then to queue up a bunch of chips as you would, or queue up a bunch of spells as you would chips. So for every battle, you get a choice of spells that viciously look like cards, but you can also choose to skip them if you want. They have a particular build you're going for. Really cool part about this game is that you can pick up to 2 focuses, which prioritizes certain spells showing up. So after every battle, you can really roam the field, mess with your stuff, get a feel for your deck. Ready, move on. So there are a variety of 1 minute. Alright, as I was saying, the map is pretty straightforward. You see there's a path from one end to the boss. Like a 3-lane highway, you can usually pick between. There's usually an upper and lower path, and you can pick between where you want to go. In this case, we're gonna... That symbol indicates there will be a stage hazard, so that structure there will zap anything that shoots it, so you gotta be very careful. It's like a non-stop series of virus battles. And of any upgrades. I try to get fire spells. %50 chance to launch a missile with my weapon, and since this one's rapid fire, probably a good one to take. So either the fire or the weapon. So sometimes you also see hostages on the field. If you manage to keep them alive until the end of the battle, give you a little bonus. Fortunately, enemies can destroy them. That one would have healed me. Sadly, that is not the case, and boy, this game really wants me to go the ice route. I will oblige. Ice is usually the build I take, because I need to get some absurd DPS in. Once I get it, I run well. boss or another fun part is that you'll see a preview on top that lets you see what your spell does, so this includes any additional effects it might have on it. Pretty cool. We're going to go for an ice build, and I probably don't want to pick any of these. Yeah, every level up, you pick an artifact, which is like a perk. These levels are special in that they have just the chests, but they're only there for a while, so you destroy them quickly. Could get that one. Doing the frost route. So this little icon takes us to the shop. You press start. Get to see what they have in store. In this case, it looks like the only one I would really want to take is Mana Vein. Perhaps an upgrade. I think I'll make an upgrade actually. And the other thing. So, use an upgrade. You'll get 3 random additional effects that will apply that you can choose, or you can choose to skip it. That is leaving money on the table. In this case, I think I'll take reduced mana cost means I can fling more spells out. Now you can also choose to remove spells from your deck too. Probably comes part and parcel with it being a deck builder. In this case, I'll take out Step Slash. Because inadvertently, I always move into a hazard when I use those. So probably better if I don't at risk. I'll keep the other ones in for now. It's also packed. These are like extra challenges you can take. Get a handicap for the next battle, but if you manage to, but you also get a benefit in exchange. And the nice part is that the benefit is applied right away. You do get the reward, but you still have to deal with the risk. Actually, I think health might be okay to pick up. I don't want Cell Skin because the next fight is the boss, and I think taking more damage against the boss might be tricky. I might also just donate blood coins out of it. That should do it. Alright, so we're gonna face off against the boss. So the first 7 bosses you fight are going to be the other playable characters in the game. And depending on when you face them, we have a certain tier, which means the early bosses you face will be easier, later ones will be fighting at their full power. This one has this is tier 1, patterns aren't so bad. Rusty at this. So, fun part. After every boss, they'll get knocked down, and then you can choose to either spare them by pressing X and going on to the next zone, or you can choose to execute them, by which you attack them. There are changes depending on what actions you take. Like in this case, I will go for the spare everyone path this time. Just move on. There are like 4 overall themes, and 2 characters are specific to each sort of themed area. So, I know the bosses that I don't want to face are in a zone that's not, that I can't choose from at the moment. Go for the second best option. So if you choose to spare them, they give you health, and they leave. I managed to save hostage. Gave me healing. Gather Soul's fun because it's like a bouncing blade. Might take that one. Under. Looking like lightning ice mage. Yeah, just like Maple Story. Boy, I think I was seeing a stream where someone was actually playing Maple Story. Can't believe the game is still around, even though it's been so old. Amusingly enough, it looks the same, except there's a lot more effects on it. Used to play that a lot back in the day. Dominated like maybe 1 or 2 of my summers. Shop on the top path. Also, mini boss as indicated by the dragon head. Distress. The little beacon is distress. That means we're definitely going to see people that need to be saved. They're a rather unique scenario. Right. Oh. Took a few hits for him. I think those ones give me money. I managed to save them. Definitely worth that. Boy, you really want me to mini thunder. Get 3 damage. Bit of deck bloat, but so far I can manage. Now they're giving me fire cards. Alright. Ah, the boss I'm facing here is Reba. You know, I think both bosses in the Ruin Zone are faced early because they're real tricky if you face them later. But yeah, I don't know. A lot like the Mega Man Battle Network Virus battles, they're the enemy types on top, and they have very specific patterns they can learn and avoid. Boy, I don't have anything that deals poison, so I'll heal myself. Boy. 3 spell power, but I lose 3 defense. I don't need it. Really don't need it. Need a medkit. I don't like any of these either. Which defense am I packing? Extra defense, unfortunately. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that one. Even though it's just 3 damage. 3 damage adds up if you're getting hit a lot. Shop has this time. Mana gem. Or 0.2 mana when fleeting damage is dealt. This one would be debilitating. What's next on the list of battles? Could do this for removal. buy that because I need maximum mana. I have 2 fire cards. Okay, what if I just became a fire ice mage? That. Regular battle, but 100 defense is pretty significant. Give me a removal that I can save for later. Yeah, you know what? Risk. Eat tonight. Alright, so all I have to do is not get hit. Sure not. Stop hitting the there we go. Alright, so that didn't hurt too much. Jams, I don't want to try shots. So move along. Face off against Reva. This boss is a bit more defensive. Oh, she's like a knight themed. Boy. Rusty at this. Ah, why did I walk into that? Again. Alright, well, I'll get most of my HP back. Spare you too. Ah, no choice. I can fight the other boss that's going to be in the ruins, or I can go to the forest where it has a more annoying boss. We'll go here. Welcome to the forest. I have new enemies, like this one that retaliates every time you hit it. Rapid fire weapons, quite as good. Luckily it doesn't do much else, so as long as you're able to get out of the way. EK fire. Wow, wonder what that is referenced. I've heard of Earthbound too. Oh, I mean, I've also heard of Earthbound, not actual Earthbound #2. Facing the boss I want to face here, but I'll be. Ooh, avoid that hit. And oh, no downside to taking it. Part of the cards, it's free heal estate. So I managed to pull in 2 references for that one. We have Poison Vial, never get involved in a land war in Asia. That's actually a bit more bleak of a Princess Diaries reference. So it's still from the poison scene. Right. Big heart of the cards. I need to believe in it. I feel like it's not doing me too hot. Rev is especially nuts because it can heal. Occasionally just sends out super rapid fire stuff. So I missed out on the healing chest, unfortunately. I should have focused on that. mana any of those cards. Your spells. Face off against the mini boss. Right, take it out first. Sorry about shooting you. Yeah, I need help. We all need help. Got some HP. Heal 40 HP, take a spell, or luck. Luck is an interesting stat because it does give you a probability of getting higher loot tiers, but it also makes things harder. So it's a trade-off. I'll take this though. Sorely in need of HP restoration. And HP restoration. So the fun part about the game is that every boss you spare will usually have some sort of benefit, and I missed a lot of it. What I get for trying to talk and play. But yeah, some of them might appear at the campsite, others appear in battle. Ooh, that hurts. No downside to taking that artifact. Face off against Tish. So, gunslinger slash man. One requires you to be on your toes because definitely gunning for you. Another annoying part is that every time he hits you, he adds jam cards to your deck, which basically do nothing, but you gotta spend mana to get rid of them. That shot just automatically shuffles your deck. You gotta be real careful. So the fun part about the frost status effect is that each hit will apply a stack, and if you manage to get 3, it'll proc a bunch of damage. So frost damage can be really good for like burst setups. Deck reshuffles. But down him. The others I will spare him. Face the other boss of the forest. How convenient, they're both hiding behind rocks. Got had to move out. Conveniently eliminated the rock. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I guess that must have not counted it. Perfect victory. Wow. Like that spell at all. There. Times the best decision is decision. I can either choose to go for a hazard or go for the stress. Go for hazard because I need enemy fights. No. reach the one over there. The one thing that, one tile that I can hit is unfortunately covered. But the other stuff isn't going to do much. Guess what I could do is just aim it out. These plants to just take them out, but that'll take a while. Oh, wait, I know what to do. Burn a bunch of spells. We'll get my firewall and then toss that out. A little extra damage. Cycle through it again. Yeah, that works. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but eventually I'll get my up to the solution. Any of these cards, so move on. Level 6. 13 chill might take flame damage, not a fan of that. Or spell power and 1 fragile. The fragile is I take more damage for however many stacks I have. So if I have like 2 stacks, then it's 2 hits, so 50% extra damage. Could probably, I'm not quite a fan of downside, so I'll just take mana regen 0.1 for a second. Something I'm fine with. Oh, why did I move up? That would have been a fine reason to move up. Okay. Medic is still safe. Oh. Bunny spell power is escalating, so if I don't take care of it soon, it'll eventually be able to take me out. Looks like it's just moving back and forth, so unfortunately. Oh boy, it's gonna be the end of me. Wait, it moved. It moved. Alright. Back. Oh, go down, please. Go, yes, like that. Ah, thank goodness. Switch bait. I know this spell's pretty nuts sometimes, so I'll pick this up. How many cards do I have in my deck? I have 2 removes, so probably for the card if I needed. I think I'm doing okay so far, so I'll just keep moving on to the boss. Great! Hostage had to be right in front of him. Yeah, if you don't take out the boss in time, then they go into nutso mode and spam. This one spams lasers until you finally manage to take it out. Alright. My health back. Another one. 3 mana regen, but I lose 300 HP, or I can choose to heal myself. I don't like this option. I have a better choice, might as well heal myself. Much prefer an artifact. If I'm full up, I probably don't need to go to the campfire. I can just take on rescue situation. Whew. Oh, that was close. And had to get hurt either. Aw, kidding me. Oh. Coward. I don't like disadvantages unless I can minimize them. I minimize the effects they have on me. Alright, what you got? I have a lot of money to spend. Okay, I'll take that one. 3 DPS. 10% chance to launch a missile whenever I use a spell. Yes, please. 1 mana. lose 2 money when I take a hit, but I get a free upgrade. Next on the map, boss. Nope. Probably not worth it. Halved mana regen, but I get 25 money. Also not worth it. Especially since I'm facing a boss. I think I'll buy like 2 upgrades. That one because I'm a little bit of flame synergy here. So you can upgrade each card multiple times, but for each successive upgrade you do, you need an additional upgrade. If I want to upgrade this a second time, I will need 2 upgrades, which take all of different things. Using. I think what I want to do is repeat fire. Get flat extra damage, or have to mana cost, or got that leaves or that also applies to fragile. This all already leaves a fire. Take that one. Playing my spells a bit more frequently. One more upgrade. Upgrade. Bait. Right here. Ah, so this one, half mana cost is a little better because that means I get 1 mana back instead of 0.5. I'll go for that one. Ideally, I get like apply flames, but unfortunately, I come up. So Hazel, basically the engineer. By structures. Oh, end of this attack. Ah, unfortunately I have to make it to the face. Move forward or backwards. On time. Alright, this one might be a little better. That's Reva's benefit. Essentially an auto revive. But thankfully Saffron has a personal item that gives her 1 free revive per run, so pretty good getter character. I guess it makes sense that he's the one that you play as, who's the only one who's unlocked initially. Everyone else you have to defeat a tier 3 or higher version of them to be able to play as them. Oh boy, I'm leaving the harder ones for last. The other boss of the room. Dead. I think we're going to be able to get to the end of this run, sadly. But that's how it is sometimes. Thankfully we have Hazel's benefit now, which is a field benefit, which you sometimes will come out and lay a turret in. Oh wow, yeah, I shouldn't have done. That was a triple shot, that was not a single shot. Move down 1 space. 1 row. It combust. watch the world burn. Have fragile, apply fragile when you target came for the battle. 2 upgrades during the E. Hit that. Artifacts have downsides. Less hesitant to pick them up. Ah, so these containers I don't want to open, because if I do, then that's an additional, exceptionally difficult enemy that I have to face. I'll be real careful. Thankfully, these enemies aren't the ones to hit stuff on their own field, so. Oh, bad idea. Bad idea. Okay, well, it looks like I'm gonna have to fight one. Yeah, they're extremely fast enemies. Great. Get the feeling that this might be the end. One is manageable, 3 was... Ooh, I lucked into that one. Alright. Can use the Giver Shield every second. Double cast plus mana cost. I already want that for the passive benefit, so get that set. Move on. Guess I should have mentioned Saffron doesn't normally look like that. It's like a special outfit you get for being a run under certain conditions. Alright, got the chest. I might actually be able to pull off a full victory on this one. A while since I did that. Yeah, flawless victory. Fortunately, these cards are conducive to the strategy I'm taking, so I'm along. Great. I can either fight the mini boss or I can go to the getting already not in a good state, so might as well keep on moving. Okay, this one might not be so bad. Oh, came out with minimal hits. Spells that cost 4. I don't think I have any spells that cost 4. To me, get a flat defense increase. Here, 50 by Frost Stack, I have Flow. Cards that give Flow. Flow is a different focus. Like a 4 input practical mana regen. Alright, chest time. Chest am I facing against this time? Over here. That was quick. No downside to taking it, so I might as well take it. Generally, these cards. Alright, that's another distress signal. I might have to move right for this one because no way I can survive it. Thankfully I didn't have to. Oh, but I have to skip that one. Fire shot, lose 2 money. If this kills an enemy, gain 4 money. Does deal 100 damage though, but I have to be very careful. You blast crystal step, fire shot when destroyed. Poison targets. Fortunately, one of the cards useful for me, so face off against Terra. Fortunately, it's not the Kingdom Hearts version. Different Terra. Makes holes, that's for strategy. Help teleports around like a nut and then freezes in one place to do an attack. And if you're in the wrong spot, you're in for a world of hurt. Phew, alright. Okay. Probably move one space at a time during that attack. Or concentrate more on dodging the attack rather than trying to line myself up to hit, especially at this stage. No time limit here, so bide my time. Till I get the perfect opportunity. Unlike now, got a faint red glow, which means I'm on the ropes. I think this is gonna be it. Ah, dust to dust. Oh yeah, if you manage to get defeated, or so if you're defeated, then they'd have a pithy one-liner they say before they take you out. I had a witness from Hazel earlier. One leap from Eden. Zone 5 of 8. 30 minutes, but we did kill 54 enemies. Like any good roguelike, at the end, your performance is evaluated. Every level, you get experience every time you level up. New stuff becomes available for future runs. These cards. Saw Storm rains down horror movies with death traps. Well, no, these are just saw blades, shatter saws on random enemy tile. And overlay. Like, go Super Saiyan for seconds. Maybe it's X Factor. I guess that's a maxed out level for me, but tell if you're starting out, there's a lot of levels to get to, a lot of spells to unlock, and features to get. So, there are other characters. Saffron is your starter character, all-arounder, straightforward, easy to use. The other characters have a bit more of a focus. Have a defensive specialist, she shields up, and also has a move called Shield Bash that she can launch at enemies to deal damage equal to her shield. I haven't played as Gunner much, so I can't really say, but Celici is my favorite character because he uses ice powers, really leans into the ice stacks. Hazel, as I said, is the engineer, lays down structures that stuff and hurt enemies. Terra, making holes, taking advantage of holes. Jiso is gunslinger, bit of a trickster, evasive shot. Violet, musician. I haven't played as much her much either, so I can't really say. Like, shopkeeper, obviously, focused. Very interesting character because yeah, all her stuff revolves around money. Especially tricky part, her max HP is equal to her money. So, but she starts off the same as everyone else, so she's very weak. But if you manage to save up, she can become pretty durable. Although that also means you have to refrain from buying a lot. But I think for the next run, try out Reva, my second best character. So her dealio is that she gains shield when she moves, so it does pay to shift around a lot, not stay stationary. Her weapon to reflect attacks for it, so it's kind of like a parry move. So if you can time it well. send stuff back at your enemies. Otherwise, keep the same stipulations and get started. So bad. Do not mess up. Hockey puck moves. Alright, and a shield beam at hostage. Or at least this here, I think I will. Yes. It's a wrap. These artifacts do it for me, but I guess I'll take Moonstone because I do encounter broken tiles very rarely. Dead enemies leave a flame behind, or I can apply root for 1 second. Sure if like either of those, but Blazagori better for me. Spells either. Thankfully Reva does have a preset focus, so don't have to worry about getting any untimely cards in your group, but I think what I want to pick up is focus on also is Earth. Shield Throw is going to be the linchpin of this deck, and Earth has cards that can hold enemies in place. That's what, so that'll give me an easy target to chuck shields at. Actually, I think I wanna, well, actually I don't know. Pitch diagonal beam just yet. I need something that can hit around enemies. I think in this case I'll just go for the, yeah, I can go for this. Bad at aiming diagonal beams. Okay, I go back here. The disadvantage of shield throw, it does remove your shield, so you might inadvertently get yourself hit by something. Luckily that was only 80 damage, so bad. Kunai. Phase 0. Oh, right, it's because Kunai is its own separate card that does 30 damage, so you just instantly throw him out. It does give me shield, so put up. Shuffle or Heart of the Cards. HP regen, and I might as well get rid of diagonal beam before it causes me more grief. So I have no way to hit around enemies, but that's something we just have to deal with. Find some way to speed up my shuffle speed. Yeah, you managed to do really well. You can get yourself an absurd amount of shield, and shield toss does a bunch of damage. Captain America would be proud. Yeah. time. Why did I walk into that? You're 100 damage to nearby enemy. I guess that's like one space, and I can always guarantee that, so damage reduction. Mana. Keep me in the fight longer. Or let me use spells a bit more frequency. Shop. Got for me, shopkeeper. Yeah, at least can pick up an upgrade. You. Shield throw is the linchpin of this deck. I'll give it some upgrades. Ah, wow. Consume. The consume is basically you get to use it once per battle. I don't want to take out a core part of my deck, so obviously I don't want that. Take that one. 25% flame or frost. Either of these are great. In lieu of anything else, I probably could have skipped it, but. Oh boy. Wow. Enemy dies, transfer to poison. Oh, it's a one-time for 50 shield as well. Ah, now we get to see what Saffron's like. Basically like an enemy spell slinger. Got the same stuff you do. Yeah, it's on fire. Ooh. Really forgotten how to play as Reva. Ah. Also, if you whiff, you lose all your shield. The risk you take. Just a tier 1 boss. Bad at this. Okay, that went better. Right is that get to see oh, she's got queued up next so you can properly plan against it. Boy, dolls on all 4 zones. Oh. Just like her player version, her boss version gets 1 revive. A bit closer than I'm comfortable with, but. that missed me, or was that enemy taking more poison over time? 5 reflect for 0.6 seconds. Basically a parry without parry in spell form. Upwards. So yeah, Hazel applies this does damage to the enemies on the field to start. We'll get revenge. It's 3 damage. That dog in front of the hostage. Not that it makes a difference because it didn't move anywhere. Okay, you're going down. Ooh, dodge. Yeah, that dog never hit me. Funny. Alright. Well, I actually managed to get through that one without a scratch. I need these cards, so I'll just move on. You'll want to consume a card. Very limited benefit. Can get additional regen. 0.6. That fires every second. The only thing about the pets is that they have a limited amount of health. So that's an extra thing you have to take care of, and if they get hit too many times, they're gone, and the artifact is just gone. So, a bit more management. Fortunately, I'm not quite capable. Let's take mana regen. Hostage. Never, fortunately, beyond help. Trevor already has a small amount of HP. I don't want to decrease it further. Give me something good. Take it. You have an artifact that gives me boosted mana regen when enemy tiles are cracked. So wait, was that last run? Oh. Might get me. Throw away all I can do. Next fight. I can... oh, but that's luck though. Lose 5 money when I shuffle. That's 2 battles. But... so this one is basically a time limit battle. I gotta defeat all the enemies before that missile lands, because if it does, it's gonna deal massive damage to everyone on my field. And, that ain't good. Imagine. Lee, I was up to the task. Ah, sword row. Will probably be handy. Hopefully I face off against Hazel. turrets. Thankfully the other turrets were up to the task. Really should keep that turret on top, it's pretty useful for eliminating the flame turrets. Wow. You're right in the place where I needed it to. Get in the third row, Hazel. Go up there. Gotcha. Spare then. Ice Zone. Gotten there in the previous run. Maybe you'll get to see their two bosses. Expect their Violette and Celicy. I field reach spell in my deck, so this one encourages a larger deck. Seven cards, 35 shield. Bad. Good for regular battle or hazard. Good for regular battle. Got two enemies, one that just rains ice, stays stationary, and one generates little mini ice cubes to hit you with. Really not too bad. Yes. Gotta wait for the opening. Oh boy, this one can escalate quickly if you're unprepared. Oh, I still gotta take care of the rest of them. Alright. Invincibility for 1 second when you shuffle. Shuffle to dodge. I'm guessing that giant gourd is a Naruto shoutout. I think there was a character in that series that has a particular gourd and uses sand powers. Take that one. That one obviously benefits smaller decks because you shuffle more often. But that doesn't mean it's completely useless. Play a game of chicken to get the stuff I need to take it out. And it jams. Walls. Just build, lol. Feel like that's a reference. It could just also be. Yeah, there's a lot of referential humor. The spell's flavor text. Guess up against a mini boss. Ah, this one's fun. So most of the mini bosses are this type. The amount of time before they activate, and once they do, they unleash a world of hurt. Probably stop staying in front of that rabbit. And good. Nice. Healing. I need to go to the shop. What you got for me? Selling. Not much worthwhile, unfortunately. You'll decays quickly. Well, that would hamper my deck. 30 spell power would also do that. Although maybe not as much. It does increase the threshold, which use field pro. I think what I'll do is buy upgrade and upgrade. Wow. Life fragile on hit. That would have been useful for other cards. But, oh well. Not worth skipping and losing 2 upgrades. At least none of them had downsides. And I'll donate blood. Couple great counter strike. Double cast plus mana cost or low. Assume I don't want. Or I skip, but move on. X. Off against a hazard chest. Next I got the chest. There's a missile coming my way. If I don't beat all the enemies, it's gonna world of hurt. Boy. Ah, too close. Closer than I would with a disadvantage of taking that. Everything gains 60 shield. I get 20. A fan of that. 40 defense. Getting these cards, unfortunately. You'll skin, I guess. Something I have to time. And damage also applies to. You have one card that has a chance of dealing flame, but I know myself for 50. I think I'll do that. Violette is an especially fun one, because she basically has rhythm game mechanics. This house generates shield, eventually lets out a wave, so you're definitely gonna need shield. Oh. These things attack to the beat too. Pretty cool. All of the attacks are to the beat. Oof. Luckily you don't have to move on the beat, you just have to be in the space when the tile activates, if it was. Music's real nice too. Music never dies. That I can agree with. Ruin. boss I want to meet there. Oh yeah, feel let's spare me abilities. It might give you extra spell power, a little extra oomph to your attacks. Always appreciated. These are annoying because they always take 1 damage regardless of what hits them. Ah! Move just as I toss my build back up from 0. Shield toss deals the same amount of damage to them regardless. That was definitely more than 1. None of these types before. Grab us a long. Regular battle. I feel like taking damage to save some hostages. So this is where broken tiles can come in. Maybe we should get at least 1 card that can break tiles. Like the one that I skipped over earlier. Ooh, 3 enemy. 3 out. Helping out this. Ever so grateful. It shouldn't be too bad as long as I keep on the move. Really nice of them to put a crosshair on the opposite side of the field so I can quickly gauge where my 4 tiles away attacks will land. Alright, so shield toss is a pretty good bet to use against those ghosts. Got any of those? We'll do a regular battle as I can. I can insta-kill this thing if I get shield toss. That's probably why I should remove a few cards from my deck. Hitting me. Like massive damage reduction. Okay. Card. A spell. At least I'll get money. go to the shop. Yeah, for me. Ooh, start battles with full mana. That useful. Mana gem. Free shield. Believe it or not, this game actually has Overwatch references, so I suspect that might also be. Have money for one removal, which I think spend Venge. Exactly conductive to my strategy here, which is generate shield, use shield toss. Probably want to keep cards to him, and I really need to throw. At this point, having it pop up once every 10 tosses might not be the best. Blood, and move on to fight Terra. Terra likes to move around at certain points, so you have a more limited window in which you can hit her, but on the other hand she does generate lots of holes, which makes it perfect for one spell I have. Yeah. Shield. So perfect time to use my Orber. The rest of the card's called Flat Earth. Trying to say here, one step from Eden. Probably shuts down Terra pretty well. I should say the Flat Earth card shuts down Terra pretty well. Gotcha. Yeah, right. Stop you. Back to Iceland. Face off against the other ice boss. If you've been keeping track, Selassie. And I don't go complete distant. I've come to realize much later after I've seen so many kunai with. Ah, shields up. Finally. Enough to show up. 40 damage. Pulls. With regen. Can either take the bottom path, get a lot of distress signals, or take the top path and get a lot of regular battles. Either way, I'm gonna go to the shop. A bit trickier. This swings around 4 times. Gotta go. Oh, move aside. I guess the sword still affected it. Whew, at least it didn't move down. That would have made things tricky. Still skipping Haven. Whiffing all my shots. Dang it, stand still. Alright, got him. Don't like those spells. Jeez. Get them both on the field, it's gonna be absolutely killer. Pick one of them out. Just regular. That one up. And this stood still. Taking out that rock. Finally. Face of a little bugger, but I finally took him. Laser beam. Hyper beam. TM-15. Because that was the TM that carried Hyper beam Pokemon Red and Blue. Frostbolt. Those are cool words. Ice cool. Is that a reference to Outcast Heya? We have Haven with no flavor text. Go to the shop or get some campfire, but I'm full up on HP. I'll go to so now you may have noticed Shopkeeper does have an HP value, and that means yes, can fight her. But the path I'm going, that's not really advised. Also, she's very, very, very hard. Imagine a tier 3 Shopkeeper. Tier 1 is already challenging. Tier 3, practically nuts. And wait, I don't want to at least see what she's selling. What are you selling? Max mana might be beneficial at this point. But flames on random tiles are 1 damage every time I move. I don't like either of those. Kunai applied 20 poison. I do have a card that tosses Kunai, so this will at least be of marginal benefit to me. Donate blood. Again, I could also get Restraint Strain. Of course, this is a double-edged sword. Because if I get poison, that means taking Time Bomb, but I think that might be worth getting energy with Poison Kunai. Very least it'll be a slow, steady damage over time. Go off to the hazard battle. We face off against need to get one of these Reapers in front of the obelisk so that it can just hit itself all the time. I can probably just stay here and let the poison take care of that enemy up there. I'll be very excited. Build up, and still toss. Earthen armor. Fortunately it has consume, but it has double cast. Actually, consume might be useful. That means it'll... I don't want consume because I also use that with my flat earth card and gain a bunch of shield. It'll only be slightly vulnerable until I can finally draw it. What I'll take is Miss Me shield might be useful actually. So that. Gem. Beneficial. Okay, so now I have 12 cards. I think next time I run into a shop I want to just pitch Steel Skin actually, since it's not really conductive to my strategy. Sword Row, well, generates 10 shield. Sort of useful. Also being able to hold me. I think I will... now I'll face off against Celici. Yeah, tier 3 version. Pretty tricky. The best part is that this game actually got an art upgrade a little while back, so LSE sprite didn't always look like that, but it's really cool now. Got out of the way. Just poison though, so do a very slow DOT. Ooh, this is a tricky one. You have to be very careful of where you go. Good number of these attacks basically go down to have you memorized the order. It wasn't so bad. I usually do much worse against her. Yes, lucked out this time. Thankfully, the bosses are laid out in such a way that the two I consider to be easiest on high tier are the last ones to fight, so it's now just a matter of picking which one I want to face off against first. I think I will go against Chiso. So poison is a fun ailment. So every stack will deal that much damage after a certain tick, but the stacks will be cut in half. Rolls over, except if I have the artifact, which keeps it at 20. Otherwise, that way. Get that one. I know I have a poison thing, but that's some fun to, especially if my deck has a bit of a bloat to it. So the bottom enemy is fun. It ticks up every 3 spaces I move. It fires a giant laser, so it's all a matter of timing, knowing when to move around so that you'll be on the bottom row when it's not firing at you. Alright. Fill up my stuff first. Actually, I built it up quite a bit, so. Need. Close enough. There we go. Shield slash. I'm sure they're like kunai focused decks, but not one I'm after at the moment. Good old flames. Oh, now good old flames. Diamond ring. I keep it in the slot, generates shield. A certain amount of shield every second. Imagine that comes in very handy. Right now. Yeah, I whiffed that one. Lost my ring for now. That went over well. So this one immediately useful. So one thing I did forget was that I lose 40% of my shield each time I shield, but duct tape reduces it to 25. As Reva can see, that is very useful. I have enough money that I could afford going to the shop. I do have one more zone, so I could probably hold off on the shop, but other hand, it's healing in the shop. There's a rabbit there. As you can imagine, it's a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference. We're gonna leave it alone. After a rest, we go shopping. Oh, for 5 damage, unfortunately. We are facing against the boss next, so I don't want to pick up any pacts. That. None of those are doing it for me. One upgrade. What the hey? Donate blood. First hit. It's usually worth it. Dead. I don't have enough money for removal, so I have to move onwards with my 13 cards. Fortunately, even if you're hit when you're shielded, you still get jam cards, so kinda blows. Ah, coupled it for me. Could be worse, I guess. Wish I had the whole generator card. pretty much want to stay out of the cardinal directions of the traps because the wind will blow you in those directions. You do that, you're golden. Ah, by the shuffle beam. I have a ton of shields, so if I have one hit. Ah, I jinxed myself. Ooh, back. Then I could try to lame it out for another 5 ticks and let the poison do him in. I could just do that. Oh, that went better than I thought it would. Alright, final area. Imagine Riva having a giant shield. She also has the personality to match. Very righteous fella. I guess one thing that hasn't come up yet is that bosses actually have a chance to spare you. If occasionally, if you run out of HP, the boss will go, oh, well, I'll just let you live for now. Just dash away and get to move on to the next area. Granted, you'll be in a pretty bad spot, but you have to move on. And Reva, though, happens to have the highest chance of sparing you if she defeats you. Which just fits. Fortunately, I don't use Flow in this deck, so that spell's no use to me. I don't like this one because it gives enemy shield. And I'm guessing this one has a use, but even if it does 200 damage, if it absorbs the next 180, that's not really that useful, so I'll just skip everything for now. I can either pick between a distress signal or a hazard. Take my chances with the hazard. Oh, Volcano's fun, so it just launches things that onto the field. Best part is that they go on both sides, so it hurts me as much as it hurts them. It's pretty tricky. Take one of them out. Your attacks to deal with. Alright, final layer is easy. Top ring. But the poison did them in. Alright. And I hate jam. Reflector. Especially with reflector that consumes, not exactly conductive for me. Earthworm, I'm sure about. Kinda funny to look at though. Those break tiles, which might come in handy. Fortunately, it's one on my end, one on their end. I'd rather have tiles that break entirely on there. 50% chance to apply a frost deck with poison damage. Oh, or it can gain one next week. This one is a very, very slow one, but it might come in handy for boss battles because those can take a while. If I can apply the poison damage, that means I just have a shot. On average, it will take about 6 poison ticks to get the bonus frost damage to proc. I want free damage, it's free damage. I also get a mana gem, but I got a lot of mana as it is, so take my free damage. Deal with the last one. Teleport to the new spot and shoot a fireball from the old spot. Easy peasy. Maybe shield and roof for 2 seconds is a long time. Let's move on. Ooh, ring to start. To this. boss. Also take care of. Close. Yep, I totally planned that. Take the money. Go shop next, so. Good. Moves. Freaking moved. Stop. I'm gonna defeat it in time. Can't. And any of those cards. Oh, one last shopping trip. Yeah, for me. Fortunately, I'm only against the boss next to Kebab. It's not very useful. And a gem take. Fortunately, bells are not useful for me, so I will donate blood and take 2 upgrades, which will let me upgrade one of the singles to level 2 or upgrade 2 cards that haven't been upgraded yet. I think most of my offensive cards already have an upgrade. At the Ford. For ones I can upgrade shields. Wait, no, I can upgrade shields, alright. 3 of them. No, I'll do that. Give me cost reduction. Not consumption. Low is useless. Frost is marginally useful. Fortunately, that's all I got. Alright. Onward. Get to see tier 4 version of Gunner. A bit more ferocious than base version. Yeah, got the poison in. All I need. There's a lot of HP, so usefulness not much, but take it. Ah, that one. Minefield is a pretty fun attack. Because you know exactly what you need to do, but you just have to do it a lot. It's just what I needed. Can see why tier 4 Gunner I consider to be pretty easy, because advanced patterns are much different from basic ones. Have an absurd amount of shield up, so if I get him, how much world of hurt. Pretty much done once I get my next shield throw. Can't defeat the Swords of Revealing Light. Yeah, now that we've spared all the bosses, that'll give us one specific boss that we get to fight. So in the normal route, we'd fight the big thing in the back, but in the spare everyone route, we get to fight against her. Name is terrible, because she's like Terra, except worse. Get it? It's actually kind of a neat boss. she has any groundbreaking moves though, so really should have taken that other card that breaks ground. Wait, no, she does. No, was I thinking? That guy very good at dodging. Disappointed when I missed a kunai, because that's like extra damage. This one's tricky. Ah! Wasn't good. Better mind a thing that I would be able to dodge that, but I got my shield back up. Starting to get the hang of that attack. Trying to think non-boss enemies don't get poison stacks per. Yeah, that one was a wash. Sadly, as Reva, I get no auto revives. And as Reva, I don't get a save either. But, hey look, it said the thing. One step from Eden. That's the title of the game. Alright, I'll do one more. That's my fave, Celicy. It's all about the frost damage, so basically your strategy amounts to get frost cards, launch frost cards, and profit. Get that card in my last run, I can get that one. This battle is done, I know exactly what I want to do first. Break a random enemy tile when I shuffle or apply 40 poison on my Trinity. With that, 3 mana when I kill an enemy. Charge shot. And elementary. Alright, so immediately moves this because I haven't had much use for that. And we will move on. Light era. Oh wait, not Rev, I don't need to move all the time anymore. Could have given me something useful. don't want to take goldfish. Cards. Shift my. Okay, so the two focuses I usually go for Celicy, Anima, and interestingly enough, Hearth. Because there's one spell in the Hearth school, it's called Frost Rock, which deals frost damage as well as it fires a frost bolt as well, doing rock damage. So, and Hearth also has the flow mechanic. What I usually like to do with Celicy is get a couple cards with flow, get some ice cards, and I'll swap back and forth between those because also gives me a bit more variety of artifacts I can pick up, because I can also get the ones that benefit from flow now, because obviously I'll be using flow a lot. So pretty much my strategy with Celicy. Kinesis is actually kind of useful. Of course, these enemies are slow, so why they're useful. Prioritize Frostbolt for now, because it's much more beneficial to what Celicy likes to do. A little close. Done. Actually, flame is not useful for me because... Aw, dang it. I need two cards that... or two artifacts that greatly benefit from frost. But I can only get one of them. Choco Mint Chip, the best flavor. For everyone who says, "Why are you eating toothpaste?" I say, "Hush you." Chocolate mint chip. It's awesome. Just went down without a fight, as they always do. I don't like random effects, so... on Coldstone, that's what it's called, not Frost Rock. Flow, so I need to start collecting flow cards. Why for me? What are you selling? Only a little blood. Yeah, interesting that Celicy has more HP than Reva, who's the big defensive tank. Right, for balance reasons, though. All I have to do is upgrade. That's it. Extra mana regen or either. And a little more blood so that I can pick up the mana vein and an upgrade. I think in this case I'll probably just want up two upgrades and slide them Coldstone. Hopefully I get a cost reduction. Look at what I got here. -1 mana cost. A little more affordable, I think. I want to upgrade all the ice cards eventually. I'll do Frostbolt for now. Half mana cost isn't too useful. Double cast, I think, actually is useful this time around. Nice Needle. Go for next. Sha. So, how many of you have played Hollow Knight? You guys see the Silk Song trailer that came out recently? So excited. So wish they'd provide the release date. I guess given what the Microsoft Bethesda presentation said, We got at most 12 months left. Hopefully Team Cherry is not getting undue pressure put onto them. Terra is the first boss, so I can get her out of the way, thankfully. And see, frost stacks become very potent when you're able to apply them fast and hard. Yeah, definitely go to the forest. Very dangerous enemy in the name of Hazel that I want to try to take out early. Another flow card. It gives me 4 flows, so worth picking up. Go to the upper path because it has the mini boss. Can't say no to healing. Healed for each flow I have. Flow. Where I start to being a little picky. Can't go wrong with healed. Get a flawless bonus, but that's fine. Yeah, this one I'm kind of amused by, because I'm going to be applying frost everywhere, so... yeah, guaranteed. This one I'm not quite a fan of, because it breaks tiles on my side. Big meltdown. Mana gem. Alright, mini boss time. Just let the fire do it in. Get my HP back from the medic. Lost 4 more mana, restore 1 mana. Sort sadly. A 3 luck, I guess I'll be okay with. 15 luck is a bit much though. So I don't need healing, so I'll just take my shot at an item. Chest heals though. Despite all my efforts. Not break it. Get Frost Barrage. Or battle. Fortunately. Right in front of it. Have any cards that can hit it? I'm not quite in need of restoration, so fortunately I have to defeat beat the medic. Get at the other enemy. Alright, finally, Hazel. Tier 2 version, so tricky to deal with. Behind them. Alright, wasn't so bad. Go, let's see, I already beat up Terra, beat up Hazel. LCA dogs. Go west. I think I'll go for Violet. Violet. Easy battle. Gain 40 shield, crack adjacent tiles. Fortunately, I'm a fan of that. Gain 2 flow, but restricting mobility is never something ideal. Especially against bosses that can do that to you. Okay with 5 flow, get 5 defense, or 1 extra. I'm running low on my bit more useful from the other hand. Defense. Yeah, I'll take that. Move up. There we go. Scorpions are always a pain in the rear. No flow or frost means I skip. Mini boss time. It's obelisk. Bomb got in my way. Maybe I should have defeated that first. Need to be a pain in the rear. Yeah. What I like to see. 3 shield when I cast a spell, or 3 luck. I'll take that. I'm flinging spells a lot anyway. So I can either go for an item in a distress or campfire in battle. I'll go for a campfire in battle. Look at that. An item here. play FFR. That's short for Flash Revolution. Ooh, that takes me back. I remember I had a friend who was super into Dance Revolution. I remember he used to play that a lot way back in the day. Still pretty big into rhythm games even now. Oh, maximum mana it is. Get to face off against Rhythm Girl. To movie. Need you to more. I gotta wonder, so did she get cold? Yeah, then again, it's a rule of video game. They don't get cold. Hopefully I get to face off against Saffron next. Although admittedly, bosses in any order is fine. Just move back and forth. Okay. Oh wait. Forgot I can't cast spells. Cast it that time though. I think I saved you. All you had to do was get shot a few times. This one I'm fine with. I have a shot at. I have flow. Immediately fixed a tile, so debilitating for me. I'm good. Shop's in the top path, so be able to encounter it. If I stand here. Okay, I can't stand here. Alright. Cheese it. Ah, thank you, Step Drone. What would I do without you? Next battle. Another save. All it took was getting iced. Easy skip, unfortunately. Mini boss time. Either heal or chance to shoot laser. Ah, good. We came back. I can launch spells with impunity. Make sure not to move up because I will accidentally shoot the shopkeeper and will accidentally anger her, and that's gonna suck. Fragile. Oh boy, I'm getting all the good artifacts. The Frost Synergy. Frost Synergy is my way to go. Just incredible. donate blood as I can. Duct tape is never not useful. Blow the rest up upgrades. Alright, so what should I upgrade? Frost Barrage upgraded. Yeah, I got a lot of mana, so I think I could actually deal with double cast, especially since this one only increased the cost by 50%. Getting twice the effectiveness for 50% extra cost. Hopefully we'll get a double cast for this one as well. Can we go for a reduced cost or 25% chance to hit twice? That means on average the DPS would increase by 5. This however would give me 1 mana refund. This would actually, yeah, halves the mana. Might as well go for that one. And I guess the last one. Trade. What? I'll do Tremor. The damage spell. Piercing. Fortunately not useful against bosses. Take 25% chance to leave a flame. Fortunately, Consume is not something I want to keep. Have active. 5 money when I shuffle, or 2 max. I have 7 mana, so... none of these cards are really one I want to remove, except maybe Fate Shield? Then again, Fate Shield actually can come in handy. I'll leave that there. Fight Saffron. Cheese it. There, no match for the step drone. Old snap. Like that. I guess to balance out having more cards in your deck, they do give you a little extra. That's shuffle speed. Cards. Admittedly doesn't counteract it completely. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think that's an advantage at all. That might be mana regen. It does look green and blue, so I'm pretty sure. Alright, never mind I said anything. Forget I said anything. I'm just gonna go beat up Saffron. Guys, we're enough to do her in. Alright. Remember correctly. What was the other boss of them? I want to fight them. Isha, that's Gunner. Take them on before they get any better. Reva, yeah. Yeah, definitely want to take Reva on early. Thought I wasn't gonna make it. Ah. Dashed in just to die. battle. Feeling confident. What happens when enemies get in your face? Launch stuff at them. Actually might take kinetic wave. Since I don't need enemies to be up close. So we'll push them away. On the cast slot, 6 mana regen. Spells. Ah. I mean, it's useful, but it does. I will be restricted in what spells I can. Skip that one. I already got a fair amount of random regen as it is. Weapon hits, ricochet, and hidden event. Would have been useful as I was still playing a Saffron. Mana Vein. Alright, there's the boss. There's the... Sadly, I think the hostage is gonna eat it. Maybe they won't. Hey, you lived. Same damage, also applies 3 poison. Ah, you know what? I do have cards that lay flames, so... Alright. What do you sell? Low card. Useful. Get hit. I can... Oh, sell health. Take 140 damage, heal 150 HP. So this is basically heal and HP. Yeah. Start battles with 9 fragile. A lot more trouble than it's worth, so. Grab 2 upgrades. Alright, which one should I upgrade? I think I got all the ones that... Or just further upgrade a card now. What should I do? Frost Barrage seems to be my... It's in the hole, so... I'll pick that. What do I get? Shots plus 2. Whoa. Or I could get restore 1/2 mana cost. Right. Going in, baby. Frost Barrage is going to be a veritable wide machine gun of icicles. Practically the most potent thing in my arsenal. I'll be very careful when I'm shooting that around here, because if I accidentally hit the hostage 2 times, we're in. Won't be good. I think I got hurt a lot more than I myself in that battle. Oh boy. I don't like my chances, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, why didn't I get out of the way? And the best part is that if you're doing especially well, you can end battles pretty They're starting to look a little hairy. I got the big head kit. And they've given me anima card. Next. I might actually go down the bottom path this time, but I really could use some healing. Alright. Okay now. Not okay. Rock cycle. On flow, return to my deck by the anchor. I want to skip that. If I were using a pure flow deck, that might be useful, but that flow, 4 spell power. That is the power of frost. Nerve gas. No poison cards, but there's no benefit. And there's no disadvantage to taking it. All flames vertically and refresh them. Actually, I want to take that. I do have cards that lay flames down. Alright, Trinity Fever. Alright, probably just wait here for that tart to finish off. I'm impatient. I defeat it much more quickly on my own, which I did. Cards are in 50. Hailstorm's a bit too random for my taste, so. Bottom. Oops. Was almost just bad. And I skip this. Should have gone up. too bad. Still here. Face Gunner in tier 4 version. Much the best possible outcome. One part about Shield Wave is managed to get into a spot where there's nothing, pretty much free shield. It's the only reason I keep it around, really. And shield restore 1 mana cost. That said, it is 16th card. Yeah, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I risk at the top. There's a land. Again, ability. Absolutely need it. 10 defense for 1 second. Alright, mini boss time. Hopefully I can waste it quickly enough. So bad. What? Not gonna get any more gem cards, but yeah, what I needed. Okay, I guess the HP restoring artifacts are fine. Our battles. Yep. Battles with full mod. Use that. Was there anything I wonder? I absolutely should be removing. Oh, no. Only 2 more battles. Cell insurance. Not like I'm going to be running to any more shops after this, so that's basically a free upgrade. Again, free upgrade. So could upgrade 3, 2, or 1 card. But, you know, since Frost Barrage is already tricked up as it is, might as well trick it even further, right? What we got here? Shots plus 4 in jam. Only 5% chance to hit twice. And we're not going to look at that last one. Now that I have 16 cards, an extra gem doesn't seem quite as bad. Ooh, I also have Blueberry gem set, means this isn't quite as it is. You know what, I'm gonna take this, because it basically turns Frost Barrage into a gigantic, well, Frost Barrage. Exactly what it says. The spell. Yeah, let's do it. Need to stop hurting her. Alright, do this. Boom! Oh, that's real good. Oops, I should have stepped out of that one. Alright. Nope. Yeah, homing missile that cracks a tile increases next shuffle time. Oh no, I don't. for 5. Oh. Fortunately, none of these cards. That is the last draw. I will be fighting against Gunner. I can't believe I completely whiffed that. Should not have gotten hit by that. I sort of got him that time. Alright. As bad as I thought it would be. Of course, I'll be going into final stage in less than ideal conditions, but it is what it is. What I say, never doubt Frost Synergy. Ah, here's the best part. When you save everyone, they return in kind. And the moral of this story is always help out people around you because, yeah, get this. You're on the verge of death, you might just come in and save the day. So, like everyone else, you can choose to spare the final boss, or just defeat her on the spot. All that really changes is the ending. Doesn't really get you anything different, but since we've been altruistic the rest of the way, I guess we'll pay one last favor. I admit, Frost Barrage is probably the MVP spell for that one, especially since I got all the shot upgrades and double cast in the half cast to amped its effectiveness through a roof. Incredible. Oh yeah, that is One Step from Eden. Fantastic game that manages to capture the essence of Battle Network and spin it off into its own thing. There's a story. Everyone's getting to Eden. That's about the short and long of it. You can get bits of story from, say, what the characters say to each other, and maybe a bit from the flavor text too, but otherwise, this much of the plot is left up to interpretation. Yeah, this was a game that helped me a lot when I was in a pretty tough spot. Like one of the games I could download real quick. Something that I was able to just play over and over until I managed to get the right deck, the right character, the right cards. And I actually managed to I actually played it through it a few times so I could get a couple of the special unlocks too, which were basically like the extra costumes. Those are the ones that were on Saffron and Celici. Those aren't their usual outfits, but at the end, thank the staff and thank you, the player. Thanks to players like you. Ah, and the final part. That's one last thing I forgot to say. One Step from Eden was actually a Kickstarter game. So now we get a little special section where we get to play with our deck as we try to destroy as many credits as we can. This is purely for fun. No benefits or disadvantages to skipping it if you so choose. It's just it's a little cathartic release and one last chance to show off your deck before it goes away. Yeah. Thanks to Humble Games, thanks to the devs, thanks to everyone who backed this, because this is one of the success stories. I know devs have a spin-off of this game. It's called Duelist of Eden, which is, interestingly enough, a versus style take on it. Which is kind of interesting. Fortunately, versus games, not too much into. I wonder how the community for that is. I really have only paid attention to that it exists. Maybe I'll take a closer look into that, because this game is cool. Part of me wonders what they call a sequel. Because without spoiling too much, Eden kind of gets resolved in this one, no matter what ending you pick. Call it like 2 steps from the new location, or 1 step from Eden 2, or another phrase of Eden. I did mention there are several endings, so 4. From the best ending, you can choose to either execute or spare the final boss, which slightly changes how it plays out. There's one where you execute some bosses and spare some bosses. You will fight a different boss, and your run will also end at Eden. And there's one last one where if you execute every boss and also execute the shopkeeper, you get to face off against another boss. But obviously, that one takes a lot more effort, because not only will you not get any benefits, you also have to fight the shopkeeper, who's a pain in the half. So, don't know if I'll try that, but yeah, that's it. That's 1 step from Eden. I think. One last summary screen. Soak it in for posterity. Again, Celici, MVP. My favorite character. I'll take a screenshot as well. Alright. I think that will do it for this stream. Ended on a high note. Everyone made it to Eden. So now, we can all move on, knowing that everyone is living it up. I go to bed. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you